I enjoyed the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Alright, guys. Alright. Before I get into my critiques, I just want to talk about all the positive things that I liked about this movie. Shout out to the production team at Blumhouse. You guys really killed it. The animatronics were spot on to how they looked in the first game, so kudos to you guys. Those cameos by Corey and Matt Pack were absolutely hilarious. And overall, I genuinely enjoyed the first half of this movie. That being said, I do have to discuss the issue of the pacing, because I was a little bit lost by the third act. I remember looking at the runtime and asking myself, how are they gonna end this movie? Maybe I'd been thinking way too much about story structure, but events just felt like they were happening without much explanation of why. Like, why didn't Vanessa tell Mike about her father until after things escalated?
It's not just their ghosts that are inside of those machines. It's their bodies. You have to understand that.
Speaking of her father, how the hell did this asshole manipulate all of these dead kids into believing that he was their friend, but also that the killing and maiming of other children was, all right. All of them just seemed a little bit too complacent with this for me, and our only explanation was this.
The kids, they don't want to hurt anyone. It's him. He influences them somehow.
What?
Hold up, repeat that one more time?
He influences them somehow.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Fuck it, man, I'm already invested. Overall, though, the movie felt like a mixed bag. For example, I would have enjoyed the direct payoff of the scene had they spent more time developing Vanessa's character.
Come with me.
No.
Vanessa, you owe it to me and you owe it to them.
No, I can't. If he's there, I won't be any use to you. Believe me.
He really messed you up, didn't he?
In the end, she does overcome her fear and confront her father, but something still feels like it's missing. This is more of a nitpick, but it just feels like her resolve happened off screen before making her grand entrance and... Oh, wait, that reminds me. The Springlock scene was a tad bit underwhelming. So for those of you who haven't played the games, Springtrap's origins is the most hilariously ironic thing about him.
Dickhead, yeah, my niggas, they blow like a trumpet. I see it, I with no garment, slum shit.
This piece of shit has murdered dozens of fucking kids and hid their corpses in these animatronics. With there being one exception, of course, and that is the cupcake. I have no idea what was done with the corpse of that child. Jesus, this sounds fucking crazy out loud. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that William Afton's death in the games was a lot more gruesome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this...
I always come back.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell.
Does not look like agonizing pain. There are videos that cover this particular topic. Quite a few, actually. And they're not for the faint of heart, so watch at your own risk. I don't think this was intentional. I'm pretty sure this was more of a time restraint thing. But at some point, somebody remembered that William Afton is the main antagonist of this film. and that he needed to be confronted and receive his comeuppance by the end of the film. Notice that Vanessa shows Mike a picture of him in a spring Bonnie suit, but not his actual face, so that, you know, we could have that dramatic reveal later. I know Mike was looking at this photo like, I guess I'll go fuck myself then. Perfect segue. Let's talk about Mike Schmidt. His introduction into the movie was pretty well done. I can't complain too much about that. Especially when he caught this poor guy lacking at the mall he was doing security work for. Mike assumed that this child was being kidnapped by this guy when in reality... As the film progresses, we end up finding out that Mike's little brother Garrett was kidnapped when he was a kid, which makes this random assault not so random. This causes years of grief and trauma that would eventually lead him to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
A magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life.
Owned by Steve Raglan, aka William Afton, aka his brother's killer. Mike forces himself to relive this pivotal moment in his life every time he falls asleep. I found this interesting because most people who define themselves by trauma usually tend to avoid it, but Mike actively seeks resolve with this, going as far to study dream theory, a concept in which
the dreamer remains asleep and walks through memory as if experiencing it for the first time anew, no longer a passenger, but an active participant.
Mike's character arc was my favorite thing about this movie, to be honest, because in reality, he was the only character that had an arc, and everyone else was just... Be honest, none of y'all felt bad. I did feel bad for this dude, though. He got it the worst. And I'm assuming his aunt's dead, because they never addressed this. Not gonna lie though, this scene was irritating to watch at first. I couldn't get behind the idea that Mike was genuinely willing to give up Abby. It just didn't make sense given everything we learned about his character so far.
You can have this dream every night. We can be together with him again.
How?
You said we could have anything we wanted. We want Abby.
Okay, Mike, I need you to... I need you to be on the same page with me right now. The answer is no.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
I made a mistake! Please, I don't want this! Too late!
All jokes aside, I do understand what they were going for here. At first glance, this looks like something the kids are doing, but in reality, this is just a verbal beating from Mike's own subconscious.
They love her, Mike, and she loves them.
You've seen her with them. You've seen how happy she is. It's time to let her go, sweetheart. You were never the right person to take care of her.
Okay, maybe it was them, but they were just further reinforcing a lot of the insecurities that he already had. At this point, he's already given up on trying to take care of Abby. I already failed once. Who's to say that I won't fail again? So why not leave her in the hands of someone more capable?
You're home.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
So after surviving 2 consecutive QuickTime events, he's found by Vanessa, who patches him up and tells him the truth, sends him on his way, sneaks into the pizzeria, surviving 2 more consecutive QuickTime events, saving Abby and bringing his arc full circle.
Listen to me. I've been an idiot about so many things. I've been stuck trying to fix the past, but you are the most important thing in the world to me, and I promise you I'm gonna do better.
I love you too, Mike. But we should probably go now.
Okay, come on.
The most realistic response I've ever heard from a kid in a horror movie. Y'all get extra points. With that being said, this definitely isn't the worst movie of 2023. We all know that a film's success has nothing to do with its critical reception, but has everything to do with its box office returns. In other words, FNAF 2 is definitely on its way. There's room for improvement, but I'm excited to see what you guys cook up next. Thank you to everyone who took time out of their day to watch this video. Feel free to share your thoughts down below. Everyone, please be nice to each other. And let me know what you guys think I should review next. And with that, we gone.